Hi guys, it's Ruthie with the Popo Backyard Farm. I'm walking up to look at all my plants here on the porch. It's very messy up here. I had a broken wrist this year 2 times, so I couldn't really get up here to take care of the mess up here, but I do have my inside plants out here. And so I have a bunch. I actually have some over in the chicken fence as well, but you can see some of my collection of plants, which I love, 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 love. And so I let my inside plants outside for growth, and I just baby them and watch them and see how they're doing. A lot of inside plants like shade, so they can be outside, but too much sun might burn their leaves, so I do keep a lot of them outside on the back porch where there's a lot more shade than on the front porch. Now the ones up there in the front, they're going to get a little bit more sun. And I have some on the front porch too. But I do have a lot of houseplants. But these guys are all just chilling out here. I just check them and water them and take good care of them. And of course I'm going to be decorating my entire house with houseplants, along with all the other things that I'm doing. We are in the midst of a renovation. Things have taken us longer than we want, like everybody else. But you can see I have quite a few plants. It's very messy, so excuse the mess, but you can see what I have growing out here and how it's doing. And I've been practicing a lot propagation too this year too, to get really good at it. So anyway, excuse the mess, but the plants are thriving. They're doing great. A lot of babies. A lot of babies. Okay, guys. So what I really love to do sometime, and I'll walk over and see what this is all about, is I love my husband, but time is a big thing. I'd love for him to make me something like this for my indoor plants, which is this outdoor bucket system. And this is all buckets, and there's no weeding, there's no bugs. And I'll show you where I'd like him to make this for me. But it all takes time. May never happen. But in case you have the time, maybe you might want to do something like that. The playlist on the bucket system, so you can check that out. But I'll show you. Over here is the chicken fence, the old chicken fence. And I put some of see this big tree here shades everybody. And so my indoor plants like it under here, but I do worry about bugs and stuff out here, but I do have a few out here I'm adding to this. But I have like tree starts and things like that just to keep it out of the way. But I'd like the bucket system maybe to go in here because they need the shade more, and then I wouldn't have to worry about bugs and stuff. But we just let go of the chickens this year. I'm not sure if we're going to do them next year or not. We're getting older. We're retiring. Well, we are retired. So the chickens are a lot to walk back and forth. But see, I'd like to put them under here. And I have put a lot of plants under some of the trees too. But it's a nice summer project. But see, I broke my wrist over there next to the house going down the hill. And I broke my wrist over here. So I broke my wrist 2 times this year. So I said with that, we're getting rid of the chickens because I don't want to be walking down this road, so to speak, this little pathway, and end up falling over one of these tree roots. So, but that bucket system, I think would work great for houseplants. If you are you don't have a greenhouse and you don't have a lot of things like that, wouldn't that be a great idea? You wouldn't have to weed or anything. I wanted to do me a rose garden like that too. So that'd be cool. But all time and money. I think I'd want the rose garden first on the front porch and then the houseplants over there since I do have the back porch. But just some thoughts on houseplants and the indoor houseplants that I have, and just to show you what's going on. So my guest is going to come up for 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, so I'm hoping that'll be the end of, I believe, of course, that it will be the end of the broken wrist thing, because I'm a lot more careful now. But I felt like God let that happen to slow me down, because I'm always, I'm always on the go, and sometimes we got to slow down so we can hear God speak to us. But anyway, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Imagine that filled with houseplants if you're a houseplant person, or vegetables, or whatever you like to grow. Roses. You can always pretty it up with lattice and fancy stuff too around the outside of it. It doesn't have to be like that. Of course, the weeds and everything kind of got a little bit crazy this year because Clay was recovering from surgery, and then I broke my hand, so it just, we just did as much as we could this year. Okay, guys, so remember, big or small, you too can be a backyard farm. God bless.